I was in a mini mall with my 10-year-old and we hadn't been there before. And so we're looking for the entrance to the grocery store, but all the building's windows and glass were really dark, almost as though they'd been painted black. And I was sort of walking away with my 10-year-old, but then he goes right up to the wall of dark glass and it opens. And I was like, you're a genius. And he goes, well, whenever I see a door, I step in front of it to see if it'll open, just in case. And I said to him, those are amazing philosophical words to live by. Like if you want to go into a place, if you want to go somewhere, anywhere, just go in front of the door and maybe it'll open.
Be happy, happy, happy,
This week's episode is beyond. I mean, Kelly Park. Okay, I hope you listened to part 1. This is part 2. Kelly Park's journey as one of television's most sought-after directors is inspiring, of course, but it's really quite extraordinary. In our conversation, Kelly reflects about being tenacious and fearless and self-driven while also staying grounded in gratitude for her creative community, her family, her village. She embodies courage, curiosity, generosity, and a commitment to living fully and authentically. But what moved us most wasn't her resume. It was honestly her heart. I'm going to cry. From motherhood as a creative expansion to choosing courage over fear to nurturing those around her with intention, Kelly's presence is really magical. And we left feeling so lifted, and we hope you will too.
Big picture.
Yep.
Getting bigger.
Yeah.
With your work. Do you see yourself? Do you have like a clear laid out plan? Or are you really sort of enjoying living in the moment and keep saying yes and to all the things that are walking in front of you? You know, are you really planning this out?
I think I'm doing a little bit of both.
Okay.
I think I'm walking the path of the fool and I am planning along the way. So my ultimate goal is to direct a film with my husband. We have an incredible film idea that we've had for 20 years, over 20 years.
It's coming.
It's coming. And we have to do this. So that's the goal, is to direct this baby film that we have.
Yeah.
And we've been writing it for over 20 years. We were writing it on the stoop when we were in the Bay Area, sitting on the stoop, not even realizing that we were manifesting things. You know, our brains, our minds are powerful.
Yeah.
Very, very powerful. So we're putting that into motion, and things are clicking and starting to, they're starting to round out.
Yeah. And like, is it always just because I like seeing something from infancy like that? Like, is it just kind of always brewing in the back of your minds? And then like a year later, you're talking about it and then you're a little bit and you just keep revisiting it.
Yes.
That's how you're keeping it alive.
It's always alive. We revisit it. We'll add on to things. We'll take pictures of things. So now we have this whole collection that we need to sit down and put together. And now we've built our village. We know so many people. We know actors and producers and we're building clout in this industry. So it's all coming together. Timing is everything.
You've done some stuff. So you know some people.
Some people.
Some people. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I love that. So that would you say like you and your husband, is that like the ultimate creative partner?
Yeah. Because he knows me best. He knows my strengths. He knows the things I need to work on and vice versa. We're just really good for each other. And, when we met, we only dated for like a couple of months. And I was like, you're going to be my husband. He's like, yeah, eventually. I was like, no, this Friday, we're going to the Chapel of Love in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, we're getting married this weekend. Meet me there. And he did. So it was great.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
On this podcast, we cover a lot. I mean, obviously, relationship stuff. When the baby came along, there's obvious like shifts and changes that happen. And within the dynamic of the partnership as well, did you guys find any challenges that you needed to overcome when the baby came along? Or was she just part of this like incredible energy that the two of you had together? Or where you're like, oh no, it was like off there for a little while?
I remember when I told my husband I was pregnant, he was like, I don't know if I can do this. He was like, I'm going to be a dad, like responsible for this. So he went through a really deep moment where he thought, maybe I'm not enough for this. It was really heavy for him at first. And then when she came, he was just like, I'm the ultimate dad. I'm ready for this. He read all the books. He did the whole thing. He was just so
Girl dad.
yeah, to the point where I was like, wait a minute, I need to be the mom too. Give me some time to be
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mom.
yeah.
So he really
Yeah.
stepped up, but we really we became the parents that we needed.
Mm,
You know, I became the mom that I needed for Sid. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
My mom, of course, single mom, a lot of stress. She wasn't emotionally there all the time.
Mhm.
mm,
So I made sure that I was emotionally there for Sid.
Mhm.
I really listened. I watched. I was, present as much as possible. Not overbearing helicopter, but I really became entrenched in her world. And so did John.
mhm.
Yeah.
And what about the risk that you had coming and the letting go of the secure, job,
Mm.
taking this risk? Were there like financial fears, which happen a lot with young families that became stressful, or
Oh,
you're just again, yes, and no, it's all gonna work out.
it was terrifying
Yeah.
because, giving up that paycheck,
Mm,
that every 2-week paycheck, giving up those medical benefits like that, and you have a family, having your husband work 2 jobs, 2 or 3 jobs. But what we told ourselves in the beginning of our relationship is like, whoever's on the road to achieving that thing, whatever that thing is, we all need to participate in that. We all need to be behind that. So I was the first one. I was the first person to leap out of the clouds and jump. And then when we saw Sid, we were like, oh, we need to get behind this. So we got behind that. So then my husband was the last one to jump out. So it was that type of thing. But we were scared. I mean, we lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. Sydney had the bedroom. We slept on the couch in the living room. We did that.
Mm.
It was deep. We didn't have any help really from my family or his family. And we were virtually on our own. So I knew how to cook spaghetti dinners. I knew how to save, and I knew how to thrift shop. And so we kept those things alive. I made friends with there was a nurse that was a stand-up comic, and I was like, listen, if anything happens to me and my family, can we just come to you? She was like, yep, and I'll just hook you up. So there were a couple times Sydney was doing something. She was lifting weights and she dropped a weight like on the side of her head and she got a cut. And I was like, we're going to see Tanya. And she stitched her up. And that's what we did.
Right. No insurance,
No,
please.
it
Stop.
sucked. Really did.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yes.
America, fuck off. So, but this whole like it's us against the world
Yeah.
trinity that you call it.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if you have like in those moments of like young kids and stress of like, yeah, I mean, I get it. No insurance. We did a thing. And you have these small kids and you're trying to just do your craft and make it work. What is behind that? Like, was it love? Was it, this need to unify together? Like, what was the driving emotion or understanding behind that? Because at that time it's stressful, and also we talk about this all the time. No village, no family around, it's tough. You get in panic at times, like what am I going to do with
Yeah.
And so what is the driving force for you guys there?
I think for John and I, and this is really interesting, we were just talking about this the other night. I watched my mom have dreams deferred. I watched my mother not go after the things that she deserved to go after. I watched her not use her gifts. I watched it. I watched her complacency. I watched her sadness. And I was like, I was determined for me. That was my motivation. And John, he was like, I watched my parents too. They came here from Korea and no one grew. So watching people that you love not grow is a hell of a motivation. So we were determined. We were like, I don't care where we grow to, but we got to grow.
Yeah.
We have to. We can't not live. We've watched our parents slowly die and become nothing, and not nothing in the literal sense, but my mom, who is like 84 years old, and she still wants, I could feel it. But there was so much time that she didn't trust herself, that she didn't think anyone saw her. And I wasn't going to do that. I was determined that I needed to be seen. I needed to live this thing. This is the only one time you have here. and I was going to do it. So that was the motivation for us.
It's that take care of yourself, everyone benefits type thing.
Yeah, you got
And
it.
and look and with Sydney and what happened there with your daughter, her being in your environment,
Yes.
and then that she's flourishing. I mean, that's ultimate like teamwork, you know?
It was so cool. She was doing this Project Angel Food had a showcase, and she was one of the comedians at the Hollywood Improv with Wanda Sykes and Ray Romano, Sarah Silverman. And here I am wiping the tables and picking up beer bottles as my beautiful little kid is up on that stage. And I'm like, if it ended here, this is enough.
Oh,
If it stopped, this is it. She is up on that stage fearless as a child. It was really beautiful and motivating for me, you know?
You
yeah.
led by example. I mean, she got that from you.
Yeah, and so cool because in that showcase, in that audience was the showrunners for That's So Raven. And
Ah.
and I was like, and he came up to us and he was like, you got to come down to the set. And I didn't know what the set was. I didn't know what multicam was. We went down to the set, met Raven, and they were like, we want to put her on the show. I Sid the Kid. And I was like, they were like, get her an acting coach. And I was like, I guess that's me. Don't nobody got any acting coach money. So I became her acting coach because I took classes at the Groundlings, eventually became the school administrator for the Groundlings, and I quit the improv. So all of that knowledge, all those tools I gave to her for acting. And she went on to do Instant Mom on Nick at Night. And then Nickelodeon was like, hey, do you want to be an acting coach on set? And I was like, what does that mean? Are there health benefits?
Always the first question.
They were like, yes. So
Is dental included? Okay.
Right. That's how I got on those stages, learning from those directors. And then that was it.
Wow. That is so cool.
Yeah, man. It's been interesting.
So can you talk about Mad About You for a second?
Oh my God. Yes.
Okay. Can we just talk about it? Jump in anywhere. Cause
I went to Sony for the interview, and I thought I was going to interview like with the showrunners. It was Helen Hunt.
Get out. Was Riser there?
Yes.
Get out.
I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting here and I'm like, and they're just asking me questions about my life. They were like, listen, you already have the job. It's fine. It's fine. We just want to sit down and talk to you. And then I had an opportunity to direct Cloris Leachman, y'all.
Oh, wow.
It was really incredible.
Wow.
It was really, really beautiful. And I think that Mad About You really really learned me, basically. Helen Hunt is big on movement. She likes when she no stagnant, you got to move from scene, you got to move from stage to stage.
Mm.
So she really taught me how to direct multicam in a movement fluid way. And I'm forever indebted to her for that. I love her for that. It was an incredible time in my life. I was like,
yeah.
That and Grace and Frankie, come on.
Oh, Grace. I mean, this is like iconic.
Jane Fonda? I couldn't believe it.
No. How hilarious are they though?
Listen, Lily Tomlin,
She'll give it to you, right?
There was one scene and she's like, I just can't get these lines. And I said, it's okay, Lily, I can come in and I can help you with the lines. She goes, I am not that type of actor, Kelly Park, where you have to come and feed me the lines. So, okay. All right. Well, then action then. And then she went in and she was like, Kelly, I am the type of actor that needs to be fed her lines. It was wonderful. And that was during COVID. It was crazy. Mm. It was really, really wild.
So you had to navigate so many other abnormal circumstances.
There were a lot of abnormal circumstances on that set because people were afraid of COVID and a lot of people, the actors weren't wearing masks. It was just a lot and they were older. Mm. So we had to be extra careful. And, it's a single camera show on a soundstage. So, that takes a lot of time. But it was the most incredible. Sam Waterston. I mean, it was, come on. It was, and then I did Frasier, which was come on.
Come on.
They sent me a script and it was 3 scenes long. And I said, I think you sent me the wrong script. There's only 3 scenes in here. There's A, B, and C. There's no other. They were like, no, that's the script. What? So one of the scenes was 27 pages long. And I had to shoot it in front of a live audience. So no pre-taping anything. Because Kelsey Grammer's like, nope, we're going to shoot all this live. And it was the most challenging thing I've ever done. And I am so, so proud of that episode. It was amazing. Usually what we do is we pre-shoot half of the script and they show it on the big screen. And then we do the rest live. But Kels, what he likes to do is just everything live. It's amazing. He's amazing. He's a genius.
This is part of your gift, is like what you see in people and what you bring out in people. And I imagine your set is so fun.
It's so fun. I'm prepping right now for The Neighborhood. It's the 8th season, and I'm about to go back. And Cedric and Tashina and the cast, they're so incredible. We have so much fun. That set, that's the family set. That was the first time I did network television, was for The Neighborhood. So this is kind of full circle. This is my family. It's just beautiful.
Full circle.
Yeah.
All directions are pointing to where you're going and the way that you want to go and where you want to go and where you want to be. And oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Now I want to go and watch all these shows.
Yes, please watch them. Please.
Watch them all. Okay, so what's next?
So I do The Neighborhood, and then I do another show in Vancouver. I'm going up to Vancouver to shoot something, which is really interesting.
Your husband come with you?
He does.
Okay.
We have a lot of animals in here. We have like 7 animals. So we have to like.
Okay, wait, back up. Talk about the animals, because we include all of our pets.
Listen, we have 4 cats, 5 cats, and a dog. We had a baby that recently passed. We had a baby kitten that was a part of a pair.
Aww.
And she passed. And I think she had some sort of neurological thing, but she passed, and we've been going through that. And her sister still looks for her, guys. Oh, she's looking all around the house. She's looking under the bed. So it's been wild, but we have a menagerie of animals in here. And we've always kept animals. We've always plants and animals. That's our thing. We have to always have life around us. So Sydney grew up with a lot of plants and a lot of animals. So she knows how to take care of plants and animals. She got a green thumb and a scooper.
So I'm sure, like you did with Sydney, and Mindy talked about this a lot too, about being at Groundlings and being wherever she was and just bringing the baby, and the whole family would just be there we just interviewed a friend of ours who was with Cirque du Soleil, and same thing with her. Like, it's just the family of artists that kind of take care. So when you travel, do you have like your people that come in and take care of the cats?
We sure do. We have like 4 or 5 people that come in and they love on these cats, and it's great. So that village is there for that. But Sydney was growing up. She hung around Sarah Silverman, Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish. They knew us as the Park family. That was it. Sydney was included. Even as a kid, she's hanging out at the Hollywood Improv, drinking Shirley Temples. Like,
I love that.
Full life.
Yeah.
This is the life that beyond what you imagined.
It was extraordinary. It really, truly was for her growing up. And she always talks about it like, wow, I sat there with Kevin Hart before he was Kevin Hart. Like, this is wild. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. Like when my kids were little, I would travel everywhere with them. Shelly too. Just take them here, take them to New York, take them wherever, just have them be at the back of the studio or in the theater or whatever, with the other dancers and just doing their thing. And it's pretty cool.
It is.
I love that you said it's like the extraordinary, it's so creative and not following the cookie cutter.
That's right. And you're building stories. You are building, stories that'll last forever. You will live forever, Shelly, because of these stories. They will always go on and on. And that's how I feel. I will always be here because somebody's going to tell that story over and over again.
Aww.
Yeah.
So inspiring to our listeners who are creatives, because there's a lot of, question and fear. And how can I do this passion that I have that isn't really necessarily safe or predictable and have my family? How do I make it work? Because it's not the cookie cutter.
That's right.
Hearing this and like you're creating memories, you're creating stories.
And it's not easy. And, for me, fear has always been a choice. Danger is real, but fear has always been a conscious decision. So I carry that with me. When I walk onto any set, I'm like, I can choose to be afraid right now. I can be a part of my thing right now. And that means everything that I do walking onto this set, everyone will feel.
Right.
Also feel afraid. So I need to make a different choice
Right.
because it's not just about me.
Yeah.
It's about your family on set.
Yep. You got it.
That's right.
Got it. You
Wow.
got it.
Oh,
So what advice would you give? Here comes a young family with a big ass dream. What do you say?
Don't ever stop dreaming. Don't ever stop. Yes, there are going to be hard times. Yes, there's going to be a lot of no's. Yes, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be in your ear telling you you can't. Yes, all of those things are going to happen. But you have to realize something, that you have this one time here. Everyone was given gifts. Everybody. You're important, you're special, and you have to try. That's a part of the deal. I believe when you're born, you got to try. You have to. You have to fail, and you have to get up, and you have to keep telling the story. You got to grow. You got to leave your mark here. So don't stop. Don't ever stop. And sometimes those dreams change and they morph into other things. I mean, I didn't grow up dreaming to be a director. I did not do that. That all became, that all of my life experience pushed me into this direction that I was open and ready for. So you have to listen for the signs. Sometimes they're weird. Sometimes they don't make any sense, but you have to stop and listen to that intercom that's going on. You got to listen. If it wasn't for that intercom, I don't know. What would I have done?
right.
Sat there and sunk into and been intimidated. I was already intimidated. So at that moment, I made a choice. I made a choice to not be afraid and to follow my instincts and to be honest with myself. And listen, I always bank on me. I know I will always eat. I will always have a roof over my head because I know me, no matter what.
Applause. Oh my gosh.
I love when you were talking about submitting the script to Netflix and you said, I've heard no before.
Yep. I am sitting right here as a person. I've heard no before.
Yeah.
There's growth in that. There's a reason that happened. If she comes back and says, this is not for us, okay, I'm going to continue to move. Maybe this is a thing that I can turn into a film. Maybe this is, the avenue doesn't stop. The path doesn't stop. There are roadblocks, but we continue. It's like The Walking Dead. I always talk about it. I'm like, listen, you got to keep going.
Yeah.
There are zombies all around you. They will drain you. There are dream suckers that will pull things away from you. People are jealous. They don't want to see you thrive. They want your life. They want your lifestyle. You have to be mindful and careful, especially about who you let in your circle. You know, not all advice is great advice. Not all friends are friends.
Mm-hmm. Well, really quick though, can I ask a question?
Yep.
Not talking about that circle because you had a kid who was in the business.
Yes.
As a parent, you had to watch that circle a little differently than you would just for yourself or your husband.
100%.
Yeah.
During that time, we were the helicopter parent. Like either both of us were on set with her.
Yeah.
We were the only ones that took her to her auditions.
Yeah.
We were the only ones that were on, we studied with her. We were the only ones. So we were ironclad in that way. And everyone knew that. We made sure that we chose who we needed to choose to be around her. Like when we had parties or when we had things at the house, we were very discerning about who was around. But all eyes were on Sydney at all times. We were very serious about that. And I'm serious about that now. She's in Atlanta. She's about to shoot something for the weigh-ins. She's doing scary movie, I think. And, I'm all on it.
Yeah.
So
when you know it's safe, then you kind of do this a little bit, like let it be. And then you kind of keep going in and
100%. And you have other eyes. You have other people that are watching and making sure, like she's on set now. And I just called somebody that's another actor. And I'm like, listen, just make sure. They're like, no, we got you. We got it. I called Marlon. He's like, we got you. So it's good. Yeah. But that's very serious.
You're a good
That's
mom.
serious because this industry can be, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially interesting when she has a little more autonomy because she's in her 20s, but still young.
Yes.
And you remember how you may have felt at that age.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
Good mom.
I'm trying. I'm still learning. She still tells me everything, guys. So I'm learning about myself.
You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. And keep going.
Creative Mamas Unplugged is produced by Breatheasy Productions with music by Jeremy Jurin. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to give my mama 5 stars and keep coming back. Thanks to us kids, there are plenty of stories to tell. And you are not alone.
We are inspired by you. Thank you for joining our Creative Mamas community. Support Creative Mamas Unplugged on Patreon to get your name in the credits, receive extra content, and earn some fun prizes. With this, we can keep creating, uplifting, and growing this incredible community together. We love you so much. Applause.